What's up? As we're sitting here getting it in, let's talk about it. Woo! Hit the like button up. Hit the like button up. We're getting ready to discuss everything. What's up, John? John is first? Oh man, I ain't seen John first in a while. I mean, we finna have a real good live tonight. Oh yeah. It's going down. Uh-oh. Here comes the police. Hello, police. The neighborhood police. They said a black man is walking around the neighborhood. Does he belong? I need to put it on my shoulders for victory, Marlon. Yes, we got to look at all Pistons play the Bucks tonight. That's a whitewash. It's gonna be a beat down. Now, Pistons will win that game. Let's get into the news of the day. See, the commissioner, Adam Silver, and the deputy and all of the board of directors had to have a meeting this week, this Monday, that just passed. In this meeting, they're having a discussion with Peacock, NBC, Jenny Storms, and the team and the direction and what they're trying to accomplish. Number one on the table was load management. Load management was number one on the table. Oh, peace. What's up? Now, the reason why load management was number one on the table is because they did not want anybody. They didn't want anyone to be around it, to be consumed by the load management. They didn't want anyone consumed with all of the things that's gonna come. So in this meeting, Peacock's concern was how they're gonna handle national televised games because it affects the way she does her marketing. Like she says, injuries are gonna occur. Injuries are going to occur. All right, we don't want to see them. We got to look at how we're treating them. Why are they getting these injuries? We need to find out how we're going to get our athletes back on the court. They looked at Jason Tatum saying, look, he's back within a year from an ACL injury. There's ways to get people back faster with modern technology, modern treatments, and all of these things in totality. We now see this is not just a one-off. This is something that's been an anomaly. So Adam Silver's trying to explain that the wear and tear, the speed of the game, this happens, but the load management and teams basically tanking is the problem. So they wants to hear Adam Silver's pitch on how to prevent this, because Jenny can't promote her games. And she's like, we're running commercials promoting talent that's not going to be in the game. That doesn't work. I'm sorry, Achilles, which is even worse. I mean, that's a harder injury to come back from. And you can see Tatum now. He's clearly not 100%. Now, the concern of these people. Now, we're going to go ahead and do this before everybody else start chopping up the video. Here's the news. They're going to have an anti-tanking rule that's going to have an 18 locked-in system, a lottery for the top 18 picks. They're having a top 4 ruling in place that if you had a top 4 pick the previous year, you're not going to be able to have a top 4 pick, and if you make it to the conference finals, you're not going to be able to have a top 4 pick the very next year. Which is crazy to me. So I'm like, so you're telling me that because I had a top 4 pick and we did well, the very next year I can't have a top 4 pick if we go to the Eastern Conference Final? Even if I have the draft pick? So no matter what, I have no chance of getting in the top 4. Okay. So that's saying that by next year, there's going to be stiff fines if they investigate a team and find out that they're tanking on purpose. Tanking won't be necessary anymore after this season, because it's not going to lock you into a guaranteed position. And it's causing fans to say, why the hell am I coming to the games? Now, on a positive note, they saw the attendance in teams that normally didn't get attendance, like the Detroit Pistons. Their attendance was through the roof. They were having sellout games. Charlotte Hornets, 7, 8, 9 different sellout games in a row. And Portland was even having success. Atlanta is having success. And people are starting to come to the Atlanta Hawks games. So they're seeing attendance in their smaller market teams actually go up as the gameplay goes up. And the smaller market teams that they've ignored for years were having stellar seasons, if not better than the teams that they've been promoting. A la the New York Knicks. So yeah, there's a ton of rules, buddy. A ton of rules. They talked about the free throw attempts. You're having teams average over 25 free throws a game. They were like, we have a lot of stoppages from free throws in today's game. They talked about one player having 6 3-point plays in a game. And that just happened with Cooper Flag. He had about 5 of those. So they're saying, how do we cut down on the excessive free throws? It's slowing the game down. Adam Silver assured them that the free throws, slowing down the free throws have happened already this year, showing that compared to the year before, free throws are down. The year prior, the free throws were higher, as he was trying to explain to everyone on the board that the free throw situation is slowing the game down. I mean, the game has slowed down considerably after the 1 year when they eliminated the take foul. So to eliminate the take foul, the referees are purposely not handing the ball to the inbounder immediately like they used to. They used to immediately hand the ball off to the inbounder and say, go do your thing. Like quick, they're gonna run the offense real fast. Now the referee's holding it for excessive amount of times, and the players are clapping in the referee's face. Like, give me the ball, give me the ball. Been saying that a lot this year, have you? They're allowing teams to get back on defense so it eliminates the take foul. The referees are purposely doing this. Hit the like button, good people. It's about to get spooky. For the defense, they're talking about automatic, like, flagrants. Hey, how y'all doing? Automatic flagrants for like automatic flagrant 1 for above the head contact will have to be reviewed because it could be incidental, but it's going to be up to the discretion of the referee unless they want to use a challenge, which I thought was already in place. Now, the new change they're talking about for next year is 23 feet to 28 feet, moving the 3-point line at the top of the key back 5 inches, from 23 feet to 28 feet. Too many threes. This is going to slow down threes at the top of the key, and this is going to slow the game down to where everyone is not shooting threes. I'm like, everybody's still going to shoot from the corner, same distance. But now this widens the court and widens the 3-point shot. So everybody's shooting those deep threes Now it looked like a regular 3. 5 more inches. These are people that never played basketball and they're making these decisions. So instead of 23 feet, now you got to learn to shoot from 28 feet. Yeah, this is all seriously being discussed. From 23 feet to 28 feet from the top of the key. I didn't think that was a concern, ladies and gentlemen. Now, the league says they don't want a 4-point play, a 4-point shot. They don't want it. Now, they was like, it's too gimmicky. It's like, it's already played out in the Big 3. So, it's just too gimmicky. You don't want guys running the spots, designing a play for 4 points. No. It's going to be a headache. It's a mess. It'll be too much to try to teach in the rules camp this year. Players go to rules camp. At least the star players. Like whenever they want to implement a new move, a new step back, any type of move, they normally go to a rules camp where the new rules are being explained to the players. And the referee, they would do the move. Steph Curry has done it. And he'll show the referee what the new move he's going to use this year that he's learned over the summer. And I'm going to do this, boom, 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 boom. And the ref's like, that's okay. Yeah, okay. So that's good. All right, yeah. Well, make sure you let all the other refs know that's the new move. You said it's good. And if I do it like this, I'm good, right? Cool. So the new step back rule was implemented that allowed them to basically dribble, take another 2 steps back to shoot, which is a goddamn travel. That new move came into play. Hell, James Harden used it, and they brought that in. Man, this is some years ago. But that's what it was about. Then James started doing it. Steph started doing it. Then the whole league started doing it. Guys couldn't get separation. "2009, 2010 says Google. Yeah. But no, that's not when it came in effect. No, this was during the 2017, 2018 era. The new step back. No, they've already had a step back. But this was a different, what you talking about is just a regular step back move. No, this is the double step back that they do now. They dribble and take 2 steps back and pull. like what Joel Embiid did the other night. When you take 2 foot back off one dribble. Oh, we already know LeBron traveled so many times. Now, NBC's concern was the ratings would be fine. It would be a lot better because people are sticking around for the promotion. But the actual gameplay, there's too many blowouts because of the free throw. So another thing was being brought up, and they're having a discussion about prop bets. How they're going to deal with prop bets, because they think that is affecting a lot of the way people play. So, guess what? This year, there's no more penalties. Like, it will not affect your shot percentage if you throw up a shot at the last second of a quarter. Gone. That has already been approved. That no longer affects your shot percentage. So I'm like, but if he makes that shot though, it counts towards his percentage? That doesn't make any sense. So a lot of goofiness is taking place. They want people to attempt the shots because people were not afraid of messing up their percentages. They don't want to shoot a shot that could actually help the team if it goes in, but if they miss, they don't want to mess up their percentages. So they would hold the ball rather than try to throw the ball down the court to try to make the shot. That's the kind of game we play now. Oh yeah, I think Beef Stew playing tonight too. Yep, Ro getting ready to cry. Y'all sure y'all don't know what's right? Y'all bringing Cade back so early. Nah, be careful. I'm like, dog, he had it. It was a minor thing. His whole lung was not collapsed. T's like, I'm going to the game. I got tickets this morning. T is out the door. Oh yeah, Atlanta got the playoffs going. You ready, Kyrie? But this has actually been a good year for basketball fans. Even though there's been a lot of blowouts because of them manipulating the scores for whatever their agenda is gambling-wise, the league actually had a decent season, like they brought up in the meeting. Charlotte, Atlanta, Detroit, Portland, these teams have risen to the occasion fast. They saw the ratings last year, Detroit and the Knicks got, and they were like, wow, Detroit, man, we don't really promote them, but people are talking about them. Now, this year, Cade Cunningham, superstar. Jalen Duren, superstar. They done talked about both of them on ESPN, all the news, everything now. Cade has jumped over Brunson. They dump money into Brunson, but his game is not resonating. Because he's so wishy-washy. He'll have a game, he'll have 30, he's looking good, they barely win. Then it's about the infighting. And somebody's like, man, you gotta have drama when you win a championship. I'm like, win a championship? Y'all have never won the East. Y'all went to the Eastern Conference Finals and got smoked. I mean, y'all wasn't even competition for the Pacers. I remember wearing my Pacers hat, laughing, because I knew what was going to happen to the Knicks. We knew it. They got embarrassed. All they should be called is the New York tryhards. We try hard. When other players, when your number one fan I asked Outlaw, tell me, who is the physical enforcer on your team? And he told me, Jose Avocado. A guy that they just picked up in a draft. Right? What happened to Shagun or whatever, Shohan? What happened to Shohan? He was supposed to be the Cade stopper. All this stuff, he barely gets on the court. They got all of these people on the team. They don't know how to use their personnel. And in critical situations, they're looking for the referees to bail them out. They are 500 subpar basketball team. They have not played great all year. Meanwhile, Detroit, who they keep talking about, y'all ain't got no experience. Y'all ain't got no experience. Nobody took you serious. Who don't take a team serious that's number one throughout the whole goddamn season? And no matter who ass you brought, we kick. There ain't a team in the NBA ass we can't kick. San Antonio is the only team that got by us. And we got something for them if we get to the finals. They the only team I want to see. I want San Antonio. Detroit Pistons been winning with players from the G League, third string, 5 starters out, and we still winning. We lost 2 games since Cade was out. Really just one. And that was the OKC game. And we went to overtime in that game. The Pistons are hard out, buddy. And saying the New York Knicks is going to beat this team in 4, they be lucky as hell to even play us in the playoffs. Okay, we looking at what? Orlando, Cleveland, and probably Boston. because the Knicks and Boston got to play each other. They got to do that. And whichever one of them losers come out, I just hope it's the Knicks. I don't really care for Boston. I just hope it's the Knicks. I want to be the ones to put them out. I want to be the one to put them Knicks out of the playoff. And you know what they're going to say if we put the Knicks out of the playoff? Well, you ain't winning no championship, though. Y'all ain't winning a championship yet. Y'all just got there. But let's see if y'all can win a championship, though. See, the Knicks would have won if we got there. We already know y'all excuse. Y'all got to get out the first round. Y'all ain't proved nothing. Can y'all get out the first round? What if you get Charlotte? What if we get Charlotte? Man, Charlotte is tough. Didn't we beat Charlotte ass every game this year? Did we have any problem with Charlotte? When did we ever lose to Charlotte? Never. So now, the same players that we whooped, what's his name? Diamante wanted to fight Duran because Duran was bullying him the whole game. He got so mad he want to headbutt and swing and fight because he getting his ass cooked. And we showed you we know how to defend three-point shooters. Unlike the Knicks, we do good in rotating on defense. We know how to move without the ball. We have two deadly point guards. Can't go to the bench. You got Jenkins that's going to come in and cook you. And whoever your second guy, your first guy can't deal with Jenkins. So while K resting, they running up the scoreboard on y'all. Then the number one Knicks fan tells me that the best defender on their team is Deuce McBride, a guy that had missed 36 games from a sports hernia, who still ain't 100%. A sports hernia. And he's your number one defender. And he's going to defend us. Y'all going to have some first round problems. Right. Azur Thompson and Stu both were fighting for Defensive Player of the Year. Hey. Little Dinkies. Where the third one? I guess he said, y'all can go run over there. He not going. Mikal Bridges, the best defender. He been getting cooked all year. What are you talking about? Y'all make up y'all mind. Knicks fans are so indecisive. Y'all say it's OG ain't nobody. OG ain't nobody been getting cooked and blown by all season long. He has shut nobody down. You know why? Injuries. Y'all trying to hold him to how he was back in Toronto, when he played on a real team that had Kawhi Leonard and Pascal Siakam, where he had guys that can help him out if he gets beat. But you know what happened to OG? Ain't nobody? Kept getting hurt. He kept getting a knee injury. You think those knee injuries don't matter just because they back on the court? Ask Vanderbilt. Vando used to be a defensive stopper. Now he want to just stomp JJ Redneck. All these dudes are gone next year. All these LeBron people, they're going to be out the door. These Hachimuras, these Vanderbilts, they like, look, man, all these LeBron people, y'all got to go. All the LeBron people out. I have Detroit Pistons news that I cannot share. I've been sitting on it for weeks. I cannot share it to the end of the season. And I'm pissed. I'm very pissed because I want to talk about this so bad. But just remember I told you. Just remember I told you. There's some Detroit Pistons news. That's huge. I can't even talk about it to the end of the season. I promised I wouldn't say nothing. I can't even mention it on Patreon. That hurts. How bad I gotta sit on this. Nah, I can't do that, bro. I promise not to say nothing to the end of this year. He said, you better tell me. You'll know at the end of the year, T. You'll know at the end of the year. Well, not the end of the year, the end of this season. Oh, next season, everybody's gonna, they're gonna try to poach the Pistons for all our talent. So this is the year we better get it now. Because next year, they coming for everybody. Yeah, of course they're gonna do that. That's what they do. LeBron used to do that to Golden State. Try to get any player off Golden State so they can come in and start telling the whole team about their systems. All right, what's their signals? What play y'all run when y'all finna run there? What's the signals? That's the only reason they brought that Toscano guy on the team. Toscano, and he was up out the league. It wasn't too long ago. He's like, LeBron signed me. They just wanted me to just get him a cheat sheet on everything that Golden State was running. Yeah, here's bro concerned about Duran. I don't know if y'all gonna keep Duran. Because Duran, he gonna be asking for, Duran gonna be, he up for, man, Duran is up for like He gonna get the supermax, because if he makes an all NBA team, y'all gonna have to pay him. I don't care what he's. I don't care what the money is. Duran's getting paid. I don't care what it is. Duran is getting paid. I mean, he had one hot year. Now you know what happened when people get their money. Yep, look what happened to Brunson. We're not the Knicks. Talking about we got a bunch of role players. I'm like, we do? Well, let's look at the Knicks. Brunson, second round. Josh Hart, second round. Deuce McBride, second round. All these guys, late picks. The only number one pick on the team is Karl Anthony Towns. The whole team is a bunch of role players. I know. I'm tempted to just do it on Patreon and just expose this news, because it's killing me that I'm shocked I've held on to this news this long. Because I'm like, God, I do not want to say anything so bad. I really don't. It's almost a mystery to me as to why I have to be quiet. I'm like, this is not even happening right now. This is happening years later. This is not even happening right now. But the developments are happening right now to take place at a certain period in time. So this is not even happening next year. I will tell you, T, I will tell you this. Think about the Luka Doncic situation. AD and Luka Doncic. Just think about that. That kind of tells you exactly where this is going. And it's going to be a huge news when it happens. That'll be funny. It's gonna be a huge thing. That's in development. At the end of the season, I'll be free to talk about it. And oh my God, do I got a lot to say. I got a lot to say. But I'm saying, think about the Luka Doncic situation. I'm telling you, people ain't gonna be ready. People are not going to be ready for this. Oh, I got this from very good people on the inside. Unfortunately, yeah, you will know at the end of the year. When the end of the year is up, and I hope it's the end of the regular season. I'm gonna ask too, like, can I do this now? Because I want to talk about this now. No. You gotta win it. You gotta win it now. We need to win this now. No, ain't no smoke. It's no smoke. Cade has done nothing wrong. Pistons have done nothing wrong. There's no problems, no nothing. I'm telling you, this thing gonna be huge, man. It's gonna be huge. It'll look like nothing till it ends up being something. That's usually how these things work. Now, let's speak on the Lakers for a moment. Peacock spoke about the playoff games and moving forward with how they're going to promote the playoffs and what they're going to use to promote the NBA playoff. And showing all the legendary games in play. There is a rule in play saying the NBA can't show NBA games past a certain year. This is why you never see games from the era of the old CBS games, like Jerry West and the rest of those guys. You don't see their game. They've had a lot of classic games. They're not brought back even on the classic games. Now ask yourself why that is. Because they want everybody to remember the good games. They used to show the classic ESPN classics, and they used to show the old ESPN games. And people were watching that more than they was watching the new game. So they stopped the ESPN classics. Look at that, the Ram. A lot of history was made here. I shot a shot from the grass to the rim. Yeah, we saw a lot of classic games. Like we saw the Atlanta Hawks, Dominique Wilkins against Larry Bird, where they both scored. Like Bird had like 60, Dominique had like 55. You know, they were showing classic games and people like loving it. Then they ruin all of it and go in another direction. Am I facing north? You can tell by the sun. Yes, I am facing north. I'm walking north. I am northbound. Okay, my man, it went back to Africa. I can tell by the position of the sun. You are moving northbound. That's because I'm driving north. After the Pistons win the championship, I don't know. To me, it's more of the same. I expect us to win it. The league is going to stack the deck against us. But they've always done that. Just like Isaiah scoring all those points on one leg to win the championship would have been a great story. NBA had to kill it because of Vegas and all the bookies. Everybody was gonna lose money. We're talking millions, but Lakers were the favorites. They were supposed to smoke the Pistons. Pistons were supposed to just be happy to be there. Never did they imagine in their wildest dreams the Lakers would be on the ropes, down 3-2, going back to LA. We would have won all 3 games, but Isaiah came to the game after his kid was born. So after Isaiah's child was born, that's when everything changed. That was game 3. So he was late. He was up all night, rather. But he was kind of late getting there. But he had no sleep. None. And we let that game go. Hey. No. Isaiah still on a lot of finals records. The highest average for 3-point shooting percentage in NBA Finals history against Portland. They've never seen that. Still to this day. He shot like 70% from 3 for the entire series. I remember Isaiah told Steph, yeah, well, why don't you go do that? Why don't you go break that record? And that's why they don't understand that the teams that they talk about, that they rate the Golden State Warriors, they playing our offense. We invented that. So Steph and Clay resemble our team. Except for Joe Dumars was a better, he can get his own shot on his own too. Unlike Clay. Clay is not a real big dribbler. Joe can go to the cup, lay it off the glass, either hand. Clay can't do all that. No, Clay is not better than Joe Dumars. Not close. That was their limitation on that end, is that Clay couldn't take you off the dribble, go to the cup, lay it up with either hand. When he was younger, he used to do that a lot more. Now his legs are gone. You can't blow by nobody with a pump fake. He got a pump fake, stop, pull up again. All that driving to the bucket stuff is over. Mm-hmm. I see why they call you spaceman. Because your mind is way out in space. From a shooting perspective, he was able to change the game. Like coming off the ball, he was a smaller version of Reggie Miller with Steph, but he's not in the league of Steph can't dominate the entire game and take it all over and run the team. He can't do that. Kobe and Mike had to take the blunt of running the team. Steph don't do that. That's Draymond's job. Mm. All right. Woo! That was a lot of steps, buddy. I didn't walk for about 2 hours. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Don't forget on the Patreon, we got Raising LeBron on there, episode 1. You will see how similar Raising Canaan and Raising LeBron is. And that's just the first episode. Second episode is already being recorded right now as we speak. So the Patreon is already on fire. Raising LeBron's getting a lot of attention, a lot of movement. No, not really. Yeah, I told you they're doing this. All of the soft fouls and people are talking about that's not really a foul. All that stuff is coming to an end. So all the soft fouls that people were getting, that's coming to an end, bro. Soft fouls in the NBA. That's why you saw a lot more physicality allowed in the league this year. Because of people complaining about soft calls and minimal contact fouls and all that stuff. So they said this change it's going to reward disciplined defenders instead of penalizing them for simply being in good position. So they want to force stars to look to make a shot instead of looking to draw a foul. You know, they want to try to make the game more exciting. So that's the direction they want to go towards. So they're going to eliminate the light contact whistle. Yeah, they said the 24 free throw attempts a game average for a team is, and Silver's trying to say it was higher in the other years. And they still think 24 is high. I mean, we just saw Shea shoot more than the whole team. We shot 23 as a team. He shot 25 by himself. Yeah, constant free throw shooting slow the pace down too much and reduce the entertainment factors for the live games. So they don't want to see it. And with the arrival of the analysis and all of that stuff that's going on, they don't care. People who have mastered the offense, they talking about foul calls, you know, can help counteract all of this and all this stuff. Nobody ain't trying to hear all that. So now the 65 game rule was brought up too for most valuable player, defensive player of the year, all NBA team. And it was supposed to eliminate load management. But now it's like, okay, we if we do that, we're making an understandable rule that if we take this route, right? If we do go this route with the rise of the analytics and limiting foul calls, that can help, you know, counteract this process. And basically, the offense that they're running, all the foul calls can come into play and interact all this. But you're looking at the 65 game rule. Somebody like Cade who has 61 games and he went out. Then you got somebody like Luca who played 64 games and then went out. So they was like, well, this could motivate the hurt players to rush back. You know, the hurt players can be out there doing what they do. LeBron had them change the rules for him. Well, they said they don't want injured players rushing back, but because of this rule, they might see a lot of injured players on the court, and then they won't make it to the playoffs, where the real money is. So it was like, how do we motivate the players to come back, to reach the 65 game quota without having the injuries ruin everything? He said playoffs is free tax dollars. Yeah, but see, when you got clauses in people's contracts saying that based on all NBA selections, you'll get bonuses of $10 million or more, like Cade has, in his contract, and other players have it too, like Donovan Mitchell got screwed, where the media purposely did that to help the NBA. When Donovan Mitchell in the Utah Jazz is number one in the entire NBA, and Donovan Mitchell was clearly all NBA, and they snuck LeBron in there and put out Donovan Mitchell. And it was like, whoa. And it was crazy. People who didn't make it that year got screwed out of millions. I think Tatum got screwed. Everybody was getting. Jaylen Brown got screwed. And Jaylen Brown be losing his mind. Is it me? Is it me? And be like, damn, Jaylen Brown, I feel bad for you. Because he be losing his mind. You could tell all of this, it be weighing on him. I'm like, dog, they color gating you, man. No. I just think that's ridiculous. Moving the 3-point line back, I hope they don't vote and approve that. Oh my God. To even bring that up in discussion is crazy. Now we're going to shoot 28-foot threes. Really, league? Okay. That's what's on the table. Like, I know I didn't bring the remote down here into my other. Yeah, this is the Screen Film Studios. Uh-oh, the black phone. The bat signal. When that bat signal go up, you know what time it is. Black man. Black man. Black man. Black man. Black man. Don't be like, black man, the signal up. What time is it? I'll be there in a couple hours. I'm tired. Black man. Black man. Black man. Black man be entirely different from Batman. Black man coming down there like, man, what? I ain't got dressed up for this. And you just want to talk to me, Gordon? Could have did that on the phone. Matter of fact, don't flash that thing in the sky no more for a minute, man. I'm out. But we need you, black man. Y'all the police. Go arrest some goddamn body. Going to bed. Damn game coming on. Got me dressed up thinking it's something real. And I ain't getting paid. Black man. Black man. Yeah, black man ain't going for that. And fighting crime, shoot. He'd be like, fighting crime, shit. I'm in the middle of it. We playing a game right now. Come on. Yo, set. They set. Mark it down. Yeah, we set there. Yeah. Way to go, Robin. That's what I'm talking about. That's how you play, Robin. No talking over the table. Shut the fuck up. I'm a black man. Black man. Black man. Black man identity be busted in 3 days. Black man. No one knows who he is. I know who his trifling ass is. That's Jamal. That's Jamal Simmons. Why you telling everybody who the hell I am? Yeah, you always nosy ass bitch. You always in everybody's goddamn business. Why don't you mind your goddamn business? Yeah, I'm just telling everybody you're just black man. Everybody know, your mama know, your cousin know. Hey, no, black man, his whole identity be gone already. It wouldn't last 4 days. Identity busted. Aha! Evidence. Man, a 28-foot three-pointers would be a standard three. NBA had never proved that rule. I can't believe they brought that to the table. Instead of 23-foot threes from the top of the key, they want to back it up 5 inches to make it 28. Now, instead of, I think the three-point line is too close. We need to back it up. LeBron James Jr., Bronny, gets $2 million allowance a month from his father, just being LeBron James' son. He got $2 million a month. That's crazy. Oh man. Man, that was funny. Joel Embiid and Bam, that whole thing was hilarious. Man, it was hilarious. Let me tell you what went down. Bam comes up, grabs him by the throat, like hit him in the throat. And he's like, dog, you fouled me. I want fouls too to be called for you. He was like, I want fouls. No, on both ends. I have four. No, Joel. So at the end of the game, he's talking to him about the fouls. He's like, he gonna fucking choke me. I hit him in the chest. I said, damn, bro, you just fouled me, bro. My man said, choke me. But look at Joel. Look, he want a foul. They work if I shoot 4 free throws. He shot 13 because I'm not fouling you, bro. How is that a flop? No. Y'all like brothers, man. I'm not fouling you, man. Joel was just doing a lot of flopping that night, boy. He was gone. He was mad he wasn't getting no call. This was the funniest thing. I remember this. Man. He got pranked by his own car. Once it got close, he saw it was his car. He looking around. Man, Derek Bell reaction will always be classic. See, back then they had to stop that because people was gonna get hurt. Well, no, the Pistons lead the world in attendance for any game. We used to sell out the Silverdome, 63,000 sold out to watch an NBA basketball game. That's almost 3 times the amount of some of the NBA stadiums back then. Some of them had maybe 20,000 seats back then, 22,000 seats. They were doing 63,000 in the Silverdome. That's why WrestleMania 3 was in the Pontiac Silverdome. See, people don't realize that. The Pistons brought WrestleMania when Hogan slammed Andre. The biggest WrestleMania they had was in Detroit, in the Pontiac Silverdome, breaking the indoor record. See, they forget all that. Uh-oh. So, Silverdome was the place. But the Pistons made that possible because they said, look, if this basketball team can sell all these seats, this is like 87, y'all. This is like 1987 WrestleMania 3. The Pistons are the hottest team in the NBA. They going to the Eastern Conference Finals with the Celtics. So mm-hmm. Oh, they knew that. WrestleMania 3? Huge. Built off the Detroit Pistons. Now, when they say celebrities at the game, the only team that used to have celebrities at the game were the Los Angeles Lakers. Hollywood was in the house. Knicks games, nobody was showing up for the Knicks games. No celebrities in New York were showing up for the Knicks sitting courtside back then. Spike Lee was the biggest thing they ever had come sitting courtside. It was a bunch of old Jewish guys that used to sit down over there. Oh, yeah, and Harvey Weinstein. 1987, buddy, Detroit. They did that. The Pistons were able to bring that to the forefront because how successful they was in selling out in a whole football stadium. We were able to build our own stadium to play in because all the other NBA teams was like, we finna move to a football stadium. So the NBA said, look, y'all can't be at the Silverdome no more. Y'all got to get a stadium because now everybody is going to want to play at a football stadium. And he was like, look how many tickets Detroit is making. Detroit making a fortune. The Pistons, they getting all this stuff. And he was like, look, we can't have y'all play at the Silverdome no more. So our owner said, we're going to build our own stadium, which was the Palace of Auburn Hills. Built the Palace, where we won the championship. We had just made it to the finals, playing in the Silverdome. And now we got to get a stadium. In the first year we get it, we win a championship. We get our own plane before we won a championship. We got a stadium, we got a plane, we stayed in 5-star hotels while everybody else stayed at the damn Hilton and the damn YMCA. We were stars, and these are world champion Los Angeles Lakers flying commercial. They're flying commercial. We're flying on private jets. So the owners started chartering planes. Magic Johnson was pissed. So they had to ride on Dr. Buss's plane, like some of the players away from the team. Then they had to start chartering planes for the team. Like we say, well, we'll get you a private chartered flight to the game. But they didn't own a plane. We owned Round Ball 1. Before we retired our plane, our team plane was the first team plane in the NBA. Now, every team got a plane. Every team got a plane now. And why is that? Because us, the Detroit Pistons, we changed the game of basketball. Now everybody got a town jersey. Where did town jerseys come from? That's right, Detroit Pistons. You know our town jerseys? You know what our town jersey was? Our town jersey. Our town jerseys were our bad boy gear that wasn't licensed by the NBA. The Oakland Raiders had sent us gear. Then we wore the Oakland Raiders gear. Detroit Raiders. We had the Detroit Raiders. We didn't even wear Pistons gear no more. We rebelled against the league. What NBA team has ever done that? What NBA team said, we ain't gonna rep your name. We ain't repping y'all. We repping us. No team has ever done that in the history of this league but the Detroit Pistons. No team has ever said, F y'all. We ain't wearing y'all jersey. We wearing our jersey. We repping us. They was rocking. Al Davis sent them all kind of Raiders gear. They had Detroit Raiders. Then the Detroit Raiders turned into what? Detroit Raiders turned into bad boy gear. Detroit Raiders. Like he said, just win, baby. Detroit Raiders. They don't want to respect us.
We can use this reputation two ways. Either we can use it to our advantage, or it's going to hinder us severely. Lambeer said, okay, we'll be like the Oakland Raiders. You know, the old Oakland Raiders.
Just win, baby, whatever it takes.
Before the Pistons started the 1987-88 season, their reputation preceded them.
Yeah. And the Raiders sent us all that gear.
Of the silver and black, whose
The Detroit Raiders. Al Davis sent us all that. He ain't like the way the league was treating us. Who sued the NFL? Al Davis.
motto is commitment to excellence.
So I guess we figure, hey, we might as well, because everybody says we were the Raiders. I don't mind being a Raider, you know, of the NBA. Oh, I kind of like that, you know. At least you've been recognized as something.
The Detroit Raiders. Then that turned to the what? Bad Boys. Woof. Woo! We went from the Detroit Raiders to the Bad Boys. Silver and black bad boys. Silver and black bad boys. Woo! Oh, that was worth the price of admission. It's everywhere. Silver and black bad boy Pistons. That's all. Dude. We sold so many shirts. The NBA was mad because we had a whole licensed gear that was outselling NBA. They want to sell Pistons jerseys, Pistons clothing, and we wasn't gonna do it. We built our own brand and said, no, we'll wear Pistons stuff when we go on the court and play. But when you see us doing our interview, we wearing our stuff. We getting paid. They're getting paid off the bad boy gear. That led to street jerseys. Now they got NBA Street now. But do you see how we come out as a unit? We all lined up as a unit. Isaiah's first in the line, Lambeer right behind him. Lambeer is like the sergeant of arms. That's his job. Yeah, you know, those times have come and gone, you know, where there was real basketball and you could just tell by the way a team played and you looked at them and you knew who was good and who wasn't. So all this Jordan MVP, best player in the league, and the most dominant player, look at where he was ranked. 47 and 35. We was 63 and 19. We weren't worried about Michael Jordan and the Bulls. Right. These are all the teams in the NBA. This is where the Bulls was ranked. They were ninth all out of all the teams in the league. They were 47 and 35. He had Pippen, Horace Grant, John Paxson, same people he won a championship with. Bill Cartwright, same team. That's who Michael Jordan had on his team. Same losers that he won 3 championships with. Pippen wasn't ready. Pippen was never ready. Yeah, it was supposed to be the Pistons and Cleveland playing each other. I cheered when the Bulls beat Cleveland. And then they beat the Knicks. They overachieved. They beat 250 plus win teams to get themselves in position to play us. I was laughing at how stupid these teams were. I said, Cleveland had the Bulls out of here. And they let Michael Jordan hit this shot. And then we got to deal with this nonsense. Jordan hit the shot over Elo. Good. The Bulls win. The Bulls lost every game to Cleveland in the regular season. The coach decided not to put Ron Harper on Michael Jordan. He wanted Craig Elo to guard him. Stupid. And that cost him. I'm going to put Craig Elo on Michael Jordan. To win the game? I'll be Elo you out. Didn't have a chance. They were supposed to sweep the Bulls, and it went to 5 games. He would have scored on Ron too. No, Ron could jump. Craig couldn't jump. Craig was up. Jordan was still in the air when he came back down and shot that shot. So he was up in the air for the whole ride. The most feared team was the Bad Boy Pistons. I mean, come on. The birth of the Bad Boy Pistons with all of us getting there together, and we had the anniversary of what we were doing. Could nobody contend with us, man. Devin Booker, he got the logo now. Devin Booker want to be a bad boy. 10th anniversary of the Detroit Bad Boy Pistons. Yeah, Devin Booker wants to be a bad boy. Yeah, if you go to Auburn Hills, you can find all the piston gear. That's why I got mine. In Auburn Hills. Went to the mall in Auburn, found it right there. Yep, Joe Dumars was MVP of the finals. Then Isaiah was MVP the next year. The two guards, MVP of the finals. And they little. First little guys to do that. Well, the game was big man driven. We were the only team, first team to change the game. That NBA championships were being won by the little men. The guards were leading the game. First time it's been done. Magic Johnson wasn't leading the Lakers. It was Kareem. Kareem Cap. That was his name. Cap. It was Kareem. Magic and Kareem. Big man. That's who they go to start the game. That's their captain. Kareem. Even though Magic runs Showtime, it's by Kareem. Bird. 6'9", 6'10", forward. We changed the game. No little man led a team to a championship. Isaiah was the first little man ever to do it. Steph Curry became the second. It's never been done again. Hall of Fame backcourt. Played through and through. Originally drafted Hall of Fame backcourts. Not since the Boston Celtics or like the old days have you seen a team with a Hall of Fame backcourt. Isaiah and Joe Dumars, Hall of Fame. They're in the Hall of Fame. That's not me just saying they're Hall of Fame. They're in the Hall of Fame. Not since like the Koozie probably didn't have a check and all of them, but since that happened. And the next Hall of Fame is gonna be Steph and Clay. Steph and Clay gonna go down. Oh, I loved our system. If somebody came to fight us, if somebody came to fight like Lambeer, right? We have a strategy for fighting. If somebody's trying to grab and fight our big guy, our little guys like Isaiah, we're to come up behind him and grab the big guy. Grab him from behind. And then the big guy, Lambeer, can take care of business. Boom, grab him. Bip! Right hand, he gone down. Grab him up. That's what we do. Fall on top of him, give him some more. That's what we do. The little dude job is to grab him. Get from behind, scoop him up, grab him from behind, and then our big man to take off. Oh, man, I still talk about Doug Collins to this day. Doug would not stay down. Stay down, Doug. Stay down, man. I mean, the clip don't even do it justice. They were slinging people into the... I mean, Doug got beat from pillar to post. He should have just stayed down. It's like, Doug, stayed down. Rick was big and strong, and he would lay the wood on people. He set the most gangster screens in alive. We got James Buddha Edwards. Buddha! Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. Buddha had the fade away. Buddha had it all. I just want to know how are these teams out here? Like, people don't even know we ready to go. Like, Beef Stew so ready to tonight, they finna win by 100.
With the calf, how are you physically there and how are you feeling now?
Oh yeah, no, I'm feeling good now. That time, allowed me to settle down. Allowed me to feel better. Allowed me to feel like myself. Obviously it was tough for me because I was trying to chase that 65 game rule to, hopefully qualify for the reward. But at the end of the day, you have to not be selfish and, I want to be there for my teammates come playoffs. I'm able to play, I'm available, which is, most important thing.
And then seeing has done a lot in the last few years, obviously seeing them going to pitch and how impressed have you been to see what they've done all season continue to step up, but this late in the season, continue to push for the 60. How big is that?
Oh man, no, it means a lot. And it's big for our group. It don't matter who's out there. We're gonna play Pistons basketball. Everybody is, always, ready to step up and, do whatever the coach needs them to do. So I feel like that's been a full display, with guys, in and out of lineups and, just gives a testament to, what kind of team we are.
You mentioned that you wanted to continue playing the Chiefs at 65 game. Was that your decision to sit out? Was that the team decision?
Well, kind of both, kind of mutual. It's a situation I didn't want to run into again like last year when, I wasn't available and, you push and you play through stuff and, obviously, with playoffs right around the corner, you want to be healthy. So, I wanted to push through. I would have to finish out every single game at 20 minutes, but, it just wouldn't have worked out in my favor health-wise. So, it is what it is. We nipped it in the butt. I feel much better, and I'm ready to get back out here with the squad and start building, towards this extra journey right now that we, about to go on.
Well, I don't want him around.
Yeah.
What if I told you?
Bill Laimbeer, known for his physical play and mental toughness, began his NBA career with the Cleveland Cavaliers before being traded to the Detroit.
In the 1981 NBA draft, Isaiah Thomas tanked his draft interviews so he could be drafted by his hometown Chicago Bulls. However, the Pistons GM saw through this and took the future leader of the Bad Boy Pistons. Through drafting Joe Dumars, Dennis Rodman, and John Sally, and acquiring Bill Laimbeer, the Bad Boys built an identity of toughness and physicality that made players second guess trying to score in the paint. They beat Jordan in 3 straight postseasons, finally overcame Bird and the Celtics in the 88 East Finals, and made 3 straight NBA Finals from 1988 to 1990. They won 2 titles and made their mark on NBA history. In the 1981 NBA.
Man, I feel so proud. So proud of my team right now. It's just all this Pistons lore. It's feeling so good. It's getting me ready for tonight's game, man. This is going to be a celebration. It's a celebration. Let me get up and get some work done. I'm all charged.